Today we are looking at our new video, which is chatbot response is generated. The output of chatbot response is generated to our Google Doc. Google Doc. Like if we click on this, I I need your help, and if we write, I need you to write a cover letter for me as a software engineer. Also specify my specialty NLP. So if I click on send, it will take a minute to respond because I'm using the GPT-4 model. So here is the response he gave me, and if I click on this save output Google Docs, uh, it will give me a message which is successfully added to Google Doc. And if we click on the Google output, the Google Doc output, that is the response he gave me. So hi, hello, of course, I assist you. I need you to write a cover letter for me as a software engineer. Also specify my specialty in NLP. And there is a format which is in proper format. He gave me, right. That is my previous response. I gave him. So that we are looking to get a GPT response in our Google Doc or any kind of docs like Google Sheet or some kind of like that. So the steps which are looking are, so, first of all, we go to the Google Cloud, uh, GC Cloud, right? So if we click on this, that is, we have to create a new project. That is my new project, which is I am able to do such things. And go to the first step is go to your APIs and services section. If we go on, okay, so in our APIs and services section, under the APIs and services section, we go to the credentials part, and that is the main thing. That is my previous email. If I click on create credentials, first step is create credentials. If you do not have any credentials in GCP, if you have, then you can use it, the JSON file which he produced, which it produced. So if I click on this create credentials, go to the service account and name it like unleash AI, and click on create and continue. So describe him the role which is basic and honor, because you are the owner for it, and continue. If you have to give access to another one, you have to click on another role. So what I am getting, fail to add project roles like basic and the honor one. I guess that should be fine. Yes. So now you have to give the email where you're working on, like your personal email, which is, my email is mashraf@gmail.com. So that is my email, and same thing on this thing, right? So now you have to click on done. All right, so here is your new email account. So if I click on this unleash high vector, so now you have to click on keys section and click on add key. So create a new key and click on key type, which is JSON. So click on create, and here is your JSON file. Rename this file to credentials.json. Like oh, that is, it is not the file I'm looking for. Let me save my speed or hard work. There is a name credentials.json, and now let's say it credentials 2, right? So good name, credentials 2. So now now the credentials file is being downloaded. That is your first step. All right, so the next step for your is add the click on back, and in this search bar you have to click on Google Doc API. I guess there is. Let me check. They have no. Yes, in API service under the library section. Yes, uh, under the library section, there is the kind of whole libraries available. Google Sheet API, Gmail API, which you have to integrate. So I want to integrate the Google Doc API. I just write Google Doc API and click on enter. So there is Google Docs API, and here you have to enable this Google Doc API for granting the permission to access your Google Doc sheets. All right, so now this is enabled. So in GC Cloud, Google Cloud, our parts have been done. Now it is the third step, which should be the share section. Um, in your credentials section, you have to copy this email which you have created. Control C, and in the share section, you have to write paste into this. Click on send button. All right, access update. So now we have to go to the bot code part, where it is this. I have created an API which is save chat history in Flask, and that is the code for formatting into the great formatting, uh, like this line by line formatting, board and user, something like that. So that is the 4 points you needed to connect with the Google Docs. These are the main points. uh, First, the key part, the credentials. We have created the credentials to .json, so we have to write this credentials to .json. So another point is creates. You have to create service account dot credentials from service account. That should be if you write Google Doc, we have to connect the Google Docs. Then you have if you search in Google, like we have to chatbot to Google Docs, then he gives you this 4 points. So for second is this, that should be general, and the document ID, the most important point, which is the document ID. And here you can see your document ID for your Google Doc, any sheet. that is the Google Doc. After the D part, one after the D part, you here you can select your this is your Google Doc API or document ID. You have to copy this and paste it in here, right? So after the service part, that is get the document like docs, we have to need docs, right? So the V1, which is the first only the one single document, and credentials, which is grades. So these are the 3 points which indicate your Google Doc. That is the formatting part. You have to get what is the location, your index, your inserted text. All right. So here is the part service dot documents dot batch update, and what we have to insert, which is the document ID or its body, which is the request. Right here we can define it. So this is the part where we define our code, and if you are using the React.js, I can show you the code in some other video. But our main focus is today is to integrate the Google Doc with the GPT response. So if you're using the React.js, then use Disonify. If you are using the HTML, then use render template and call the call the this function, which is post function. If you click on the submit button like that, if you click on this button, it will generate the post API called post API, and here you can this is my API, right? Flask API, and what we need is messages. So it's the shoulder. That's a two-line code for right. So that is the code for integrate or uh, generating the output to Google Docs. So here's my video. If you like it, go subscribe it, like it, and do comment. I will share the backend code with you, so you can guys try it out. Thank you for the video.